What's going on, world? It's your boy Chris Sigastro. Predictions for week number 8. Can you believe it? 2 full months in. Standings are getting pretty close. One spot open. People are going for it this week. We had a lot of trades. Musco making a trade. Matt Peach making a trade. Scott giving up on the season. Still looking to move some things. So, a little interesting. We'll see how it goes down, you know. Also, hit me up if you want to go to that Halloween party. Bender still got some slots open. He wanted me to get that in. All right? So, first things first, let's get into the predictions. First prediction we got. All right, we got Mikey's team taking on Fulcher. All right? So, let's see how this one breaks down. Let me load this up real quick. All right, number 1. All right, I really like Cam Newton here. I think he's going to do better than Matt Schwab. Ray Rice versus Arizona versus Jones Drew. I'm going to go with Ray Rice. Pierre Thomas has the better matchup than Daniel Thomas, who might not even play. Bolden taking on Arizona. I really like his chances this week, but Deshaun Jackson probably the better start. Deion Branch better than Percy Harvin. Gates and Witten, probably Witten here. Stewart versus Eric Decker. Stewart. Kickers, not really going to rank kickers anymore. And Lions versus Seahawks. Lions are better. So with that said, I think my brother's going to take it this week. All right, next game up. We got Mark's team taking on Musco. We have Mark starting Andy Dalton at quarterback, looking like Joe Binder. To be honest with you, I tried to pick up Andy Dalton this week. Mark beat me to the punch, so good job by you, Mark. Next, I want to say Mike Vick is going to win this out of the 2 starters. Nice trade by Musco. Chris Johnson, will this be the week that he gets it together over Darren Sproles? Sproles should have a good game also. Marino will have a good game, but Mendenhall is probably the better bet. They're going to look to get him involved more, hopefully, for his sake. Wes Walker's probably better than Colston. Larry Fitzgerald, I'm going to go with Austin on this one. Greg Olson suffering from turf toe. Vernon Davis. Vincent Jackson over Lloyd. Kickers are kickers. 49ers versus Cleveland versus Patriots versus Pittsburgh. I'm going to say 49ers on this one. And I'm going to say it's going to be a very close game, but I'm going to have to give the edge to Musco on this one. All right, next up, we got Unloved Peach taking on Jimmy. Jimmy made a surprise move to me. He's convinced in Lance Ball. I don't know how certain I am how great he's going to do, but we'll just have to wait and see. I thought he was going to go with Victor Cruz there, so that benefited Scott. All right, first things first, Ben Roethlisberger versus New England. Should be an interesting matchup there versus Philip Rivers versus KC. I actually like Big Ben a little bit better here. This one I never thought I would say before the season started. Steven Jackson taking on Jackie Battle. I actually like Jackie Battle a little bit better than Steven Jackson. This is crazy. Lance Ball versus Keelan Williams. I don't know. I guess Lance Ball. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Stevie Johnson taking on Washington versus Dez Bryant versus Philly. Like Stevie Johnson, Dez Bryant is obviously the superior player, but Philadelphia will shut down the number 1 wide receiver on any team. Steve Smith taking on Minnesota versus Michael Crabtree. Crabtree's been getting involved a lot, but I still got to go with the new acquisition of Steve Smith. Pettigrew will get involved a lot with the short passing game because they have no running game versus Gronkowski, but I like Gronk better here. Orlando Mari is better option than Ryan Suckup. My bad, I said I wasn't going to rank kickers. Force a habit. Versus Ravens versus Arizona versus Giants versus Miami, like Giants versus Miami. I think it's closer than the score indicates. Then they say it's 77-56, but I got to go with my boy. You heard it here. Matty Peach. Hating on me and all. I got to give him the win. All right, next up we have DCS. Taking on Magical Fantasies. All right, we got Drew Brees versus Fitzpatrick. I like Drew Brees here, taking on St. Louis. D'Angelo Williams didn't really pan out last week, but he's taking on Foster, probably the best running back in the NFL right now besides Peterson. I'm going to go with Foster. Peyton Hillis, who had a minor setback today with an injury, taking on Daniel Brown. He's probably going to put in Fred Jackson here, so I'll go with Fred Jackson. Calvin Johnson taking on Denver versus Mike Wallace versus New England. I love Mike Wallace this week, but Calvin Johnson's probably the superior play. Macklin taking on David Nelson. Macklin doesn't really look that good for Binder's tight end, so I'm going to go with Jermaine Gresham. As the flex, Binder will probably have in Brandon Jacobs, who will take on Roy Halou. I actually like Roy Halou as the surprise starter. I think he's going to get the start this week over with Buffalo giving up over 100 yards per game in the rush defense. Adam Vinatieri, I'm not going to go into kickers, my bad. Titans versus the Colts and Redskins versus Buffalo. Really not great either way, but I'm going to go with the Titans here. Overall, I like Binder better in this matchup. Next up, we have Scott Island. Scott was actually supposed to be the special guest tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit about his team, but he couldn't make it. So, promised him I would trash his team for not making it. Just playing. All right, first off, we got Eli Manning taking on Miami versus Tony Romo versus Philadelphia. Should be a good game, but I actually like Eli better. Miami's ready to give up on their season. Sorry, Jimmy. Danny Woodhead taking on Pittsburgh. He'll be on the field a lot. They'll be in passing situations a lot. I doubt they'll even try to run. Taking on Frank Gore versus Cleveland, but Frank Gore is a superior play. I guess Scott's going to go with, I don't even know who his second running back is, my bad. I guess Joe Adai here. I don't know. Taking on Kendall Hunter. Maybe he'll go with Stephen Ridley. I don't know, man. Not really good options for either team. Victor Cruz taking on Akeem Nicks. Look for Nicks to do better, but Cruz should have a solid game. Greg Little taking on A.J. Green. Little do good, but Green is the better option. Fred Davis now the #1 target for the Washington Redskins, but Hernandez is the better play. Andre Johnson taking on Jacksonville. I don't even know if he's going to play. Taking on Spiller. I don't know with this matchup. And then you got Nugent, whatever. I'm not going to talk about kickers, my bad. Chargers versus Kansas City, taking on Browns versus San Francisco. Ugh. Really not good options either way. So, let me see if Nicky's Mets is going to play that guy that he picked up. He'll probably go with Alfonso Smith. Overall, I guess I'm going to go with Nicky's Mets. Scott, you're the first person that was going to be on predictions that I was going to predict against, so that would have been funny to see that in person, but I guess that's just the way it's going to be. I don't know. It's a lot closer than it should be. Alright, so last but not least, that leaves my game against John Bungay. Big game. Both of us are in first place, and I'm in a bit of a situation at quarterback. He obviously has the edge there. LaShawn McCoy versus Peterson. I like Peterson a little bit better. Ryan Matthews versus Kansas City. He's a little banged up right now, Matthews. I like Bradshaw versus Miami better. Dwayne Bowe versus Brandon Marshall. Love Dwayne Bowe this week. Demaryius Thomas versus Manningham. They both could have good games, but I think Manningham will do a little bit better. I think he moved a little ahead of Cruz this week. Jimmy Graham taking on Shianko. Like Jimmy Graham a lot better for certain reasons. And Jarvis Green Ellis taking on Pittsburgh. I don't think they'll get much of a run, but I expect him to get a touchdown versus DeMarco Murray versus Philadelphia. While I don't expect 253 yards, I think DeMarco is going to really take the job from Felix Jones. I think he's a better starter this week. I will go over kickers for this game just for you, John. I like Scobie a lot better than Alex Henry. And last but not least, Pittsburgh's been owned by the Patriots in the past. The Saints taking on the lowly St. Louis Rams. So, I know I said a lot. I like a lot of my guys better this week, which I do. But somehow, I think it's just Bungay's time. I don't think I got a lot of things go for me this year in my favor. I think the difference at quarterback is going to be the big difference in this game. You know, I tried to get a good quarterback, but it just didn't work out. So, with that said, Bungay, I think you're going to win this week. And that's pretty much it. So, I wish you guys luck. This is the shortest video of the year. Don't really got anything funny to say. That's about it. Should I say anything else, Mike? No? He said I shouldn't say anything else. Alright, guys. Good luck. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace.